Welcome back to the video series of Object Oriented Programming with Java. Our today's topic for this particular video, that is Java programming using JavaFX Event Handlers. So I will show you or even run the different JavaFX event handling program. I am an instructor, Mr. Ankit Patel. So let's start the program. Now in this session I will show you a different example of the JavaFX event handling, but this particular video I will show you how to just deal with the different scene. So in the all the different program of the JavaFX, I have just created a single scene, but now if you want to create a multiple scene or if you want to create a more than one scene, then how to deal with this particular, how to print a multiple scene in a single program, how to use a multiple scene. So for that I have just created this particular video. So let's discuss the first program, that JavaFX program to show the multiple scene and switch between scene in a JavaFX. So here in this particular program I have created two scene with the different component, and I am just, when you click on the button you are jump into the second scene, and you click on the button you are just back to the scene 1. So for that, this is again a program for event handling, because if you are not using any type of event, you are not jump directly to the scene 2. So for that we required any kind of event is there. Here I am using a button, and if you click on button you are just send it to scene 2. So for that we required an event. So here the different packages require. These are the normal package, the event dot star, then scene, then paint. If you want to set the color, then control, we are using a button, layout, as well as the stage and scene. So you can see here I have created two objects of the scene 1 and scene 2. Now here I am setting the title. This is a code for the scene 1. First of all, you can just see here I am using a label 1. This is a first scene, and here using a simple button. Then if you button name is go to scene 2. And if you are click on that particular button, you need to just jump to the second scene. Then when you are click on that button, one dot set on action, that primary stage dot set scene 2. So here you click on that particular scene 2 will be set, right? So and if you are not click on that particular, what it will do is just flow pen is there, and you are just printing label and text 1, and background color is a blue. Now just discuss what is happen in a scene 2. Again, once again scene 2 I am using a 2 layout. This is a second scene, and you go to scene 1. This is the name of the button. When you click on the button, then button 2 dot set sign on action, primary state dot set scene 1. So here I am setting a scene 1, and here I am setting a object of scene 2. So if you click on that particular, according to the scene will be set. Even you can just handle with the more than 2, more than 3, or any number of scene in your program. But once you just clear that, if you deal with the multiple scene, then you need to know something about the event handling, and then you click on the button or any of the UI control, then the next scene will be displayed. At the single time, only single scene will be displayed, right? So you are not able to just print both the scene with the single window, right? So you need to just jump onto the second scene, need to jump onto the third scene, need to jump onto the fourth scene. At that time you require event handling. So let's run this code so you can easily understand. So this is our name, that is a Java C demo 6.java, and then Java demo 6 is there. So you can see here the this is the first scene, and you are go to scene 2, and you are click on go to scene 2. This is the second scene will be displayed. You are click on scene 1, then this will be printed. Here I am using a flow layout, right? Here I am using a flow layout in a scene 1, but in a scene 2 I am using a V box. You can see here I am using a V box, and you are click on that particular scene, the multiple scene will be displayed like this. So this is how we can deal with the multiple scene. And using this reference, I am just creating my next program, that is a login page. Right. So let's discuss the next program, that is to create a simple login page in JavaFX. If username password is valid, then it jump to the another scene, otherwise it will print an invalid login. So now if you are click on that particular login page or login button, if the password and username will be matched, then it will jump onto the next scene, otherwise it will not jump, it will print a simple message, that is an invalid login. So how to deal with, once again, if you want to jump to the next scene, then at that time you are just need to create a different scene over here. So let's discuss. First of all, what are the different packages required? The package are same: scene package, application, paint package for color, control, then layout, then scene.text is there, and stage is there. So these are the different packages required. Once again, I am creating a two scene 1 and scene 2. So now what is the code in a start method? That I am using a grid pen over here. Why grid pen? Because in a grid pen you can just print the component in the row as well as in the column manner. Right. So you can easily, as well as you can use a multiple layout like H box and V box combination, you can just design the code. I will show you first of all output. JavaC demo 7.java, then Java demo 7. So this is our layout. This type of layout, that's why I am using a grid pen. You are click on there, this is the invalid login is paid, right? And if you are valid, our username password is Ankit Patel. And if you are click on that particular button, then this is our second page will be displayed, that is a login successfully. So now let's discuss the program. So first of all, grid pen, I am just using a label text box, that is enter username, enter password, right? So for the text box, I am using a text box, and for password, I am using a password field is there. In a password field, and what is the difference between password field and text field? The character that you are written in the password field, that is in the form of the bullet. It will not show the character, right? Normally you can see when you are logging in a Gmail or Yahoo or any kind of website where you can just entering the credential, the username will be displayed but password will not be displayed. That's why I am using a password field over here. Then one button, that is our login button is there. So these are the component is required. Now we are arranging this component in a grid pen. Now another label I am using, label 3, that is used for login successfully, that I will use in my second scene. Right. Now I am just add this layout. First of all, this is a grid pen GP add row. In a row 1, I am required only label 1, that is username and text field. In a row 2, I am required label 2, that is the enter password and text field, and in label 3 I require a single button. Now the third one I am required a text, that is a text. Now initially there is no data in a text, that's why it will not display. Now here b1 dot set on action, if I am using a here if text dot get text dot equals Ankit and textbox dot to dot equals Patel. So that means your username is Ankit and your password is Patel, then stage dot set scene 2. So here I am setting a scene, that is a next scene will be display or when you click on that particular button. Now else text dot set field color, that is goes to red, and text dot set text, that is the invalid login, it will be display. Right. So if you are not entering a valid username password, that it will print a simple invalid message. And then I am using a group, and in group I am using only label 3 is there, and second scene I am setting the color, background color red, and according to scene 1 is goes to, I am just in a scene 1 I am using a grid pen. So here I just want to display a stage dot set scene 1 only. So first I will just print only scene 1, right, and then you successfully log in is there, then the scene 2 will be displayed. So you have not any kind of option when you are in a scene 2 how to go back to the scene 1, right, because I am not creating any kind of button. And if you want to just make that type of program, you can also make. So let's once again run. If you are not entering a username password, suppose if I am entering a wrong username password, and you can see password field, the character will not be display in the form of the bullet. It will print a simple invalid login, right? Now, as well as if the invalid login is there, you want to just clear the text. Clear the text means here just you are writing something, right? I am using a right, you are clicking just invalid login, but the text of this is not clear. So if you want to do that type of code, then just write down like this, the tf1 dot set text. I am using a set text. If the invalid, then tf1 dot set text, that is a null, and same for tx2 dot set text, that is equals to null. Let's check it out, the code is valid or not. I am just first of all compile that particular code and then run. So if you are invalid, that value enter ASD and something. If you are if invalid, the text will be clear. Now if you are entering a valid Ankit Patel, then it will jump login successfully. So that 2 line I have added just because to understand normally what happened. Now here in a second scene you have no option to go back. So let's run this code again, and you can check if you are entering a invalid any kind of, suppose the password username is valid, but here password is not valid. If you are click on invalid, the text will be clear. So this is how required. If you want to just clear the one thing, that you want to just clear the password as well as you want to clear the username, then you can just do accordingly, right? So this is a program for the simple login page. Now you can also make a multiple scene, like you can also create a 5 scene. One first scene, that is a login page. If you are click on the successful login page, then in second scene just printed the different component, right? And if you are the click on the suppose a different button, then according to the different scene will be displayed. You can make that type of program using these multiple scene. So here you have no any type of doubt about the can we display a multiple scene, can we use with the can we use a multiple scene? Yes, but at a time you can print only a single scene, because in a set scene property, in a set scene method, here you can see in a set scene method only one scene will be passed, right? So suppose if you are think about it, sir, can we display a scene 1, scene 2 in a single scene? No, it is not possible, right? You can jump to different scene 1 to scene 2, scene 2 to scene 3. But here I have created multiple scene, but at a time the scene will be set at only a 1. Then a different scene you can just go through that. So hope you understand both this program, right? So this is the end of the program. So thank you very much. If you have any doubt, you can feel free to ask me. Thank you very much.